Stitchers, it's Jenny of Jenny Stitches and welcome back to my channel for week 3 of Sewing Bee Chit Chats. I hope you're all well and I hope you've all had a lovely week and I hope that you enjoyed last night's episode. I certainly did. It was holiday week. I was really looking forward to this one because obviously being sort of June now and getting into that summer season and thinking about holiday sewing myself, I was ready for this. It felt very much on topic, so yes, great. I really enjoyed the episode last night. I thought we had some good sewing, some good challenges, and nice now that we're a few weeks into things to start to get a feel for the different characters and start seeing a few of their strengths and weaknesses come out. Personally, I feel like we've got a few contenders in the mix, and yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes over the next sort of however many weeks we've got left. Another 6-7 weeks following this, I think so. Still haven't worked out when the final's going to be yet. So I'm going to keep it quite brief today, very chatty, and just a few bits and pieces that I've pulled out this morning to show you. I've got rather a lot on in the shop today. We've got a crafternoon this afternoon, and also today I have just launched my most recent ready to sew kit under the Purple Packages brand, and that's for the new Tilly and the Buttons Nell blouse and dress. So I've been a little bit overwhelmed by orders coming in this morning, so this afternoon's job is to get all of those packed. Right, so moving on. So to begin with, we had the pattern challenge, and that was for the upcycled linen blouse. I'm back on the squeaky chair again. I never learn. Hang on, I'm just going to swap it out. Ever the professional. I got a job lot of chairs from a cafe that was closing down when I opened the shop, and I think that one needs a little bit of maintenance. Okay, so the pattern challenge was the upcycled linen tablecloth into a blouse. Again, in the companion guide to the series, we have the actual pattern that they used in there, which is lovely, and it looks very pretty on the model. So it's a very basic sort of gathered sleeved blouse, and I guess the work in this garment is coming from the pattern placement of the embroidery on those vintage linens. I believe that vintage linens are fairly easy to come by. I know my grandma's got a cupboard full of them. I don't have any myself, but it's interesting how they had a little discussion about the use of table linens and tablecloths, and it made me think, actually, yeah, we don't use tablecloths at home unless it's Christmas, and then I have some special ones for my Christmas table, but growing up we always had table linen. My dad was he worked for a laundry company, and sort of table linens were their speciality, so we had lots of ex-laundry tablecloths in our house. So I'd be interested to know, do you put a tablecloth on your table still or not? Is it a thing of the past? I mean, I guess it's quite practical. Anyway, so in terms of fabrics, obviously the thinking behind the challenge was to upcycle. However, if you don't have vintage linens to hand, or you don't want to use vintage linen and you want to use new, then I would highly recommend, of course, my 100% linen. And I'm just going to show you this here in this sort of ecru kind of colourway, or is this maybe the pale grey? I'm not sure. They do look very similar, but this is a lovely weight of linen and would be ideal for making a blouse from, so I will tag that one for you below. But yes, very mixed results from that challenge. Oh, Don, I can't believe that Don didn't go home this week, actually. Bless that man. Obviously the time pressures just do not suit him, and the whole putting the sleeve in the wrong way up thing, just, I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? But then you're doing it on TV, and that's such a shame for him. But a couple of them were finished beautifully. A couple of them were a little bit dull, in my opinion. But yeah, I actually feel like I would really enjoy doing that challenge myself, and I'll pop a link below, but there's a lady that I follow on Instagram and TikTok, I think, and I think she's called Poppy Lou Designs, maybe. I'll pop it in the comments. And she makes the most amazing dresses out of vintage linens. She's in America, but they are stunning. So go and check those out. Lose yourself down that rabbit hole. Patterns wise, nearly everything that I've pulled out this week is, well, everything that I've pulled out is either New Look or Simplicity. And in terms of the blouses, I've gone with Simplicity 9334. This is a nice sort of very simple top that would be great to use as a base pattern if you were chopping up a tablecloth. Quite similar in design to the one that we saw on last night's episode with that V-neck. And also it's got some pretty good sizing on it, I think, this one. I think it's in their sort of better size range. And also Simplicity 9469. We've got a keyhole variant on the front here, but there is a V-neck option there, and again a very simple sleeve. Just a very simple base. There are numerous patterns that you can find round and about that are similar to that one, but as I say, the work really is in the fabric. Okay. I thought the transformation was interesting this week. I quite enjoyed it actually, it was good fun. However, where you would come across a stash of marine accessories like that, I'm not sure. And that is, you know, I'm sat here in a seaside town, in a in a shipbuilding town, and I'm still not sure where I would find all those bits and pieces, at least in nice enough condition to turn into something useful. So less said about that the better, I think. It was good fun though, and I do think the convertible tote to a backpack that Alex made was fabulous. Okay, so onto the made to measure, and we had garments for the French Riviera. Now I love this as a concept. I really, really adore that whole Riviera vibe. So yeah, I thought this was great. Ailsa getting garment of the week, absolutely deserved. The work that went into those pleated trousers was brilliant. And I think she played a bit of a blinder by really concentrating on one excellently executed technical garment rather than trying to do a top as well. And just not devaluing what she'd done on the trousers. So that was amazing, but lovely to see all the different takes. Janet made me laugh, and you know, I was just sad to see her go really, because she's such a character. You know, the world needs more people like that, doesn't it, that are fun. Yeah, if she was to come into my shop, I'm sure we'd have a really good laugh, and yeah, I was really sad to see her go actually. But again, I've pulled out a few patterns, and to be fair, this week New Look seems to have come up trumps with pattern ideas. I could have pulled out loads, but I've just limited it to 4 because we don't want to be here all day. And the first one of which is 6758, and this is a 2-piece with an off-the-shoulder top and some loose flowing trousers. Now, I think it was Marcus who did an off-the-shoulder top with that asymmetric skirt. Did you see that on his fiance? That was beautiful. So that put me in mind a little of that, and there was a couple of others that did a wide leg trouser with a top, so I think that's very much on theme. Similarly, New Look 6737, we've got a 2-piece sort of co-ord here with this quite sort of sexy little bra top number. It put me in mind a little of Janet's with the shorts and the wrap top. I didn't think hers was not that Riviera really. I think they were a little bit harsh on her in that line. But yeah, I think this is very sweet. It definitely picks up that vibe. Also, in terms of a really good trouser pattern, this one's been in the Simplicity range for quite some time, and I've sold it quite a number of times over. This is 8134, and you've got multiple options for trousers on here, including some that wrap around, some that are very wide leg, and then we've got shorts as well. So it's a very versatile pattern that for a lot of sort of summer bottom garments. I really enjoyed the historical piece about the beach pyjamas. I just thought it was really interesting. And I don't know if you might have caught it on Friday Live a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about making some wide leg summer trousers for myself. And that was essentially the look that I was going after, but I didn't know that they were called beach pyjamas. But I just loved that bit of history about how women basically claimed the trouser for themselves, and it just put me in mind of how much we take for granted the options that we have available to us today. I mean, in 2024, I can wake up as a woman and pretty much wear whatever I want, and you know, that is a freedom that you genuinely do just take for granted. And yeah, to be shocking for wearing a trouser, it's yeah, it's quite mind-blowing when you think about it, isn't it? It's yeah. We've moved on in a lot of good ways. The final pattern that I did pull out to show you is New Look 6756. And that's got this lovely pleated front here that really put me in mind of Ailsa's trousers. She just did such a fab job. I'm obsessed with, and to do the welt pockets and everything in that time scale, she really deserved that. So that was really nice to see her get that confidence boost. But yeah, love these. They've got that super wide leg going on, and we've got the option for a more sort of knee length kind of culottes version there. So that's a little bit of pattern inspiration for you. And again, the linen that I showed you earlier, this comes in quite a few different colours. That would be lovely for any of your trousers and your tops. This is the Palm Fans linen blend, and this is the one that I've cut for myself to make my own sort of beach pyjamas, if you will. So this is beautiful. This is a blend of linen and viscose, and you can see you get that beautiful drape there. So that would be ideal for kind of Riviera themed garments. In terms of light and sort of comfortable and cool, I don't think you can beat a bit of seersucker. And this is a relatively new fabric. This is an ex-Ralph Lauren seersucker actually. And it's got this beautiful sort of iCat inspired design on it. This will be fabulous for making those sort of summer beachy kind of garments, and it's got that lovely seersucker texture to it. Also got a bit of seersucker in white on the shelf over there. So I've got a little bit of this beautiful linen to show you as well. This is the Beatrice linen, and it is absolutely stunning. The colours just pop. So that's really quite special. And you could use that to make any number of garments. Just gorgeous. This is the Black Stripe linen blend, and again, I think we're blending, I'm just going to check. No, it doesn't have its tag. I'm pretty sure it's a blend of linen and viscose, but I might be wrong. But with that chic sort of vertical stripe, and I think that's quite a modern sort of way of taking on those stripes. I think that's really nice. You could cross a little bit into sort of worky with those as well. Now then, Luke did the shirt, didn't he, in the broderie anglaise. This is an embroidered cotton voile, very pretty. I'm hoping you can see that on the screen, but a bit of a different take on a traditional broderie. Yeah, his garments were ambitious, and it was a shame really that the fit of the trousers was ever so slightly off, because I think the look that he'd gone for was actually really nice and very wearable. I liked the idea of a broderie anglaise shirt on a man. I thought that was really nice actually, because you so often just see broderie for ladies, but there's absolutely no reason why not, is there? And finally, this is the fine stripe cotton shirting. I think a blue and white vertical stripe just screams Riviera vibes to me, and this is 100% cotton, perfectly cool, perfectly lightweight, would absolutely do the trick. So I hope you enjoyed that little run through. As I say, it was a shame to see Janet go. But I really feel like we're getting into the swing of things now, so looking forward to seeing what comes next. I am going to buzz off and drink my cup of tea and get started on packing orders because it's going to be a busy day. So I hope you enjoyed that very brief chat. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you next week. Take care, happy sewing, and bye bye.